CBS Sports presents the Geico Halftime Report. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geico Halftime Report. I'm Adam Zucker alongside Rick Neuheisel and Brian Jones. And the score in Knoxville, Georgia on top, 24-0. No points. 3 turnovers in that first half, including a new version of the butt fumble. But there's really nothing funny about what's happening here for Butch Jones.
Yeah, they're just unable to move the ball via the air. Right now, 3 of 12 for 11 yards. You can't win football games like that. But maybe the bigger story is that it sounds like Volunteer Nation has lost confidence in Butch Jones. And the team has to be very careful about not letting that happen. You see Dormady here just not giving his guys a chance down the field. It's important when you're dropping back, Brian, as you know, that you give your guys a chance. Here's an underthrow and a double move, ends up in another interception. But right now, Butch Jones has a critical job to make sure that his players do not pay attention to what's going on in the crowd and only what's going on the field.
Seminal moment for Butch Jones and this program, that coaching staff, everyone involved, because they could go in the tank after this lackluster performance in the first half. We talked to Butch the other day. I asked him, do you have enough athleticism and talent to hang with Georgia? Depth, questions aside, he said, yes, we do. They are not showcasing that today with that first half performance.
And by the way, the Dogs right now in this early season, still September, looking like the biggest threat the East has to the West since Aaron Murray's team came up short against Alabama in that SEC.
That's why I call that defense Bama D East. I mean, they were flying around, and they have a nice rotation just like they do there in Tuscaloosa.
And Butch wouldn't commit to any sort of quarterback change yet. We saw Garantano.
We'll see a different quarterback.
We'll see.
We will.
All right, let's get you caught up on other action involving SEC teams now. Number 21, Florida, hosting Vanderbilt, and some injury concerns now for the Gators. Luke Del Rio, he was the starter coming in. Now he's going to miss the rest of the season. Collarbone injury. Jim McElwain says season-ending surgery on Monday. And then the hero from the Tennessee game, BJ, goes.
Yeah, Tyree Cleveland goes down here. Seems like a lower extremity injury, and they just good victory, but you had guys going down, but they weren't able to run the rock. Last week, they broke an 8-game streak without any rushing touchdowns. They had 2 in that victory versus Kentucky. By wide receivers, the running backs got involved today.
Yeah, 5 of them. Malik Davis right there. He's a freshman. He had 2 of them on 124 yards rushing. All right, Arkansas trying to get back to 500. Rick, Austin Allen to the air against New Mexico State.
He finds Jonathan Nance on a little slant route down on the goal line. Touchdown, Arkansas. They get the bad taste out of their mouth after losing in overtime last week.
Yeah, 42-24, the final at South Carolina next week. And Kentucky also with heartbreak last week against Florida, BJ, and a little trouble with Eastern Michigan.
Well, Eastern Michigan, they didn't care about Kentucky losing 31 straight to Florida. They came in and showed a little trickeration. John Neeplow right there with the catch.
Yeah, they just got their first ever Power 5 win this year. In action still to come in the SEC, the battle for positioning in the West continues tonight when number 24 Mississippi State visits number 13 Auburn. South Carolina and Texas A&M squaring off in a matchup of 3-1 teams. And in Tuscaloosa, a week after dismantling Vanderbilt, number 1 Alabama takes on Ole Miss. A reminder, next Saturday, it's the Home Depot SEC on CBS. A top 25 showdown as number 25 LSU visits number 21 Florida. It all starts with the drive to Atlanta, presented by Mercedes-Benz at 2:30 Eastern, followed by State Farm College Football Today. When the Geico Halftime Report continues, we'll show you Penn State's Saquon Barkley continuing his Heisman push with a purpose. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by AT&T, Geico, Outback Steakhouse, and by Wheels Up.
Valdosta was dominant back then. You've heard it from your fathers that you ain't nothing what they used to be. I can't see nobody stopping us. Time they start talking about us.
Football Town, Valdosta, Georgia. Tuesday at 10, only on NFL Network.
Welcome back to the Geico Halftime Report. A reminder, Tuesday at 9 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Join me and the rest of our crew for Inside College Football as we recap all of today's action and look ahead Today, coaches all across the country are wearing patches to recognize a cause called Coach to Cure MD. The American Football Coaches Association is helping to raise awareness and research funding for the cure of Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Thousands of coaches at all levels of college and high school football are participating in this effort. All right, we go back to the scoreboard now with our highlight blitz, and Saquon Barkley with 358 all-purpose yards last week against Iowa. They needed all of them, BJ, and here's how it started against Indiana.
Like Clubber Lang, I got a lot more. And he didn't wait to showcase that he had a lot more in the tank. 98 yards to the house. Give me a little high step. There you go. That is pretty nice. Throwback unis, too, for Penn State.
Indiana scored the last two, though. Cut the lead in half there
Penn
in
State's the one
Happy
school
Valley.
you can't tell it's a throwback.
Also from the Big Ten, Wisconsin trying to remain undefeated, and they were all over it defensively against Northwestern, and they got this guy, Rick.
Wisconsin's freshman Jonathan Taylor takes a handoff, goes in untouched, 11-yard touchdown. Badgers dominate in the second half, 33-24.
All right, Louisville's going to have a short off week. They have to go to NC State Thursday, BJ, but first Lamar Jackson putting on a show against Murray State.
Yeah, Bobby Petrino wasn't too happy last week with the performance. It is sporadic when they waxed Kent State. He's happy with that pass right there to Dez Fitzpatrick. And the fans cheer Louisville men's basketball team. A lot of chaos. Chaos, that is, surrounding it this week.
Petrino's going to outlast Patino, and they get an ovation for their upcoming season. Jimbo Fisher, not so happy. Not happy at all, Rick. Not happy.
That's because they're in a barn burner right now with the Demon Deacons. Right here, Jacquez Patrick goes in from 1 yard out, but it's 13-12 at halftime.
And they're trying to avoid their first 0-3 start since 1976, Bobby Bowden's first year. All right, let's look at some other action from around the country. And a big win by Maryland, getting the winning touchdown run by Ty Johnson with about a minute to go at Minnesota, knocking the Gophers from the ranks of the undefeated. USF keeps scoring, and Tennessee fans, you're familiar with that Georgia Tech offense, 33-7 a final today. A reminder, it's Thursday Night Football on CBS and NFL Network with the Patriots and Buccaneers. The NFL on CBS kicks off tomorrow with doubleheader action. Most will see the Steelers and Ravens, followed by the Raiders and Broncos. It all gets started at noon Eastern with the NFL Today in its 50th season. We thank you for watching the Geico Halftime Report. Coming up, the second half of Georgia and Tennessee. And Georgia.
CBS Sports presents the Geico Halftime Report. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.